The moment I turned the key in the lock that evening, I already knew something was wrong. The hallway light was on bright, unforgiving, and I could hear voices. Not one or two, but many. Laughter, clinking plates, the smell of garlic and cumin, drifting out like an unwelcome guest. I had worked a 12-hour shift at the hospital, my scrubs still damp with sweat, my feet throbbing, my mind numb from back-to-back codes. All I wanted was silence, a hot shower, and leftover pasta in the fridge. I pushed the door open. There they were. 6 of my husband's relatives, his mother, 2 sisters, an aunt, her husband, and their teenage son sprawled around my dining table like they owned it. Takeout containers littered the surface. My good china was out. Someone had opened the bottle of red wine I'd been saving for our anniversary next month. They were eating, laughing, not a single plate set for me. My husband, Arif, sat at the head of the table, smiling that easy smile he used when he wanted everyone to like him. He looked up, saw me, and his face flickered just for a second before he recovered. "Hey, love," he called. "You're home. We were just, family dropped by. Thought we'd surprise you." His mother glanced over, waved a fork. "Beta, come sit. We ordered extra biryani." "You must be starving after your long day." No apology. No, we should have asked, just assumption. That my home was their home. That my time, my space, my rest didn't matter. I stood in the doorway, keys still in my hand, feeling the weight of 12 hours pressing down harder than ever. I could have exploded. I could have cried. Instead, something inside me clicked quiet. Cold, final dot, I smiled. Not a big smile. Just a small, calm curve of my lips. The kind you give when you've decided something important and no one else knows yet. "Looks like you started without me," I said softly. They laughed, thinking it was a joke. Arif stood up, came over, tried to kiss my cheek. "Babe, relax. It's just family." I let him. Then I stepped back, still smiling. "I'll just freshen up," I told them. "Don't wait." I walked to the bedroom, closed the door, and leaned against it. My heart was pounding, not with anger anymore, but with clarity. They had no idea what was coming. I showered in scalding water, letting the steam fill the room until I could barely see my reflection. Under the spray, the pieces started falling into place. This wasn't the first time. For 3 years, Arif had let his family treat our home like a free hotel. Weekends interrupted. Groceries eaten without replacing. Bills quietly covered because they're going through a tough time. I'd said yes every time because I loved him, because I wanted peace, because I thought being the understanding wife would make our marriage stronger, but at DIDN single quotes T dot, it made me smaller. Every time his mother criticized my cooking, his sister's borrowed clothes I never saw again, his aunt commented on my long hours like I was neglecting my duties every single time I swallowed it. I told myself it was temporary. Family is family. That night, staring at my tired eyes in the foggy mirror, I realized the truth. I had been betrayed not just by them, but by the man who was supposed to protect our space. He never said no, never set a boundary, never once asked if I was okay carrying the load alone. I dried off, changed into clean clothes, simple jeans and a white shirt, and walked back out. They were still there. Plates half empty, wine glasses refilled. The teenage boy scrolling on his phone, feet on my coffee table. Arif looked relieved when he saw me. "There you are. Come eat." I sat at the far end of the table. Smiled again. "I'm not hungry," I said, "but I'll sit with you." His mother frowned. "You work so hard, Beta. You need to eat." "I will," I replied. Later, in my own time. Silence fell for the first time. I looked around the table, 6 faces that had taken. Without asking, assumed without caring, and felt something shift inside me. Not rage, resolve, or if tried to joke. She's just tired, Ma. Long shift. I met his eyes. Held them. I'm not tired anymore. His smile faltered. I turned to his mother. I've been thinking. This house has 6 bedrooms, but only 2 people live here full time. Me and RF. Yet somehow, it always feels full. She blinked. What do you mean? I said calmly, that I've been sharing my home, my food, my peace, without ever being asked if I wanted to. And tonight I realized I don't want to anymore. The teenage boy snorted. One sister rolled her eyes. I kept going. From now on, if you want to visit, you call first. If you want dinner, you bring something or order for everyone, including me. And if I say no, it means no. Arf's face went pale. Babe, come on. No, I cut in, voice steady. You don't get to decide this time. You've decided for 3 years. Now it's my turn. His mother stood up. This is how you speak to family? This is how I speak to people who treat my home like a restaurant, I answered. Room felt smaller, heavier. I stood up too. Dinner's over. I'll clean up after you leave. They stared. I smiled one last time, small, peaceful, unbreakable. They left 30 minutes later. No goodbyes. Just quiet packing, awkward footsteps. The front door closing behind them. Arif stayed. He sat on the couch, head in his hands. I didn't mean for it to feel like that, but it did, I said. And you never stopped it? He looked up, eyes wet. I'm sorry. I should have seen it. I should have protected you. I didn't answer right away. I cleared the table, rinsed the plates, wiped down the surfaces, every motion deliberate, reclaiming the space. When I finished, I sat across from him. I'm not leaving you, I told him. But things changed tonight. Boundaries, respect, or we won't survive this. He nodded, slowly, like a man waking up from a long sleep. The next morning, his phone buzzed nonstop. Texts from his mother, from his sisters, anger, guilt, excuses. He read them. Then he turned the phone off. I'll talk to them, he said. I'll make it right. And he did. Over the next weeks, apologies came awkward, sincere ones, invitations with advance notice, offers to bring food instead of expecting it. His mother even called me directly, voice small. I didn't realize how much I was taking. I'm sorry. I accepted, not because I had to, because I chose to, but the real justice wasn't there. Apologies. It was the quiet that returned to our home, the evenings that belonged to us again. The way. RF started really asking if I needed anything after a long shift, and the way. I finally stopped shrinking to make room for everyone else. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. It isn't dramatic. It's a single calm smile when the world expects you to break. It's saying enough without raising your voice. It's choosing yourself after years of choosing peace at any cost. If you've ever felt like your kindness was being used as permission to take more, remember this. Boundaries aren't cruel. They're sacred. They protect the space where love can actually grow. You don't have to explode to be heard. Sometimes a quiet no echoes louder than any scream. I learned that the night I walked in and smiled, and I've never regretted it. Thanks for listening to my story. If it reminded you of a time you finally stood up for yourself, drop a like, share it in the comments, and subscribe so we can keep finding our strength together. Your peace is worth protecting. Don't ever forget that. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of your heart.